me what Spider-Man movie I like, this I'll rip 100%. Like, come on, like this is it. Like, I don't think they're gonna get any better than this. Honestly, let me say one more thing. If you make another Spider-Man movie, it has to be animated. I don't think it should be live action anymore. I think this is it. This is the bar.
That's a hot take.
No. All right, kick us off.
What? Kick us off?
Yeah, kick us off. Go ahead.
You want me to do it? We haven't. Okay, hold on. Okay, golly. All right, let me move my camera over here. All right, guys. It's me, Noel, and also my Uncle Jay, and we're back. And this is Bomb Off Reviews. So what are we talking about today with Bomb Off Reviews? We're talking about the Spider-Man movie. Now, obviously, it's been the big topic for everyone. And with the newest one that just came out, a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about it. And I think, hands down, it's going to be fantastic. And we got a lot of characters that we got to talk about. So that being said, Uncle Jay, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, man, the movie was really, really great. I enjoyed all of it, even the first movie. But the way we're going to do this one, we're only going to talk about the second part because I feel like the second part was good enough to kind of like sum up the first part, but kind of introduce like a wider range of characters. So we're just going to be talking about the second part, but we may slip in some from the first part, but I mean, you'll understand once we go on. And also, 100% spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, please kind of watch us, but don't, because we need the views. Just at your own discretion.
And then lastly, if you like the content, they're free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and leave a comment down below. Say what your favorite character was and what if our tiers was garbage. I'm going to be real. My uncle already put some really bad characters in this tier list. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I really
like,
did.
Look, you're gonna always see this.
Everybody had a purpose here, so I'm just saying.
Look, you're just gonna make excuses for why he picked a dinosaur and like the random Lego block Spider-Man to be in it. So that being said, hey, look. Anyway, leave a comment down below and let's get this started.
All right, so who want to go? Who you want to? You want to go first or me?
I'm going first, 100%. I'm going first.
Yeah. Let's see.
Peter Parker. Wait, is that like which one?
So Peter Parker is
is for. I thought he had a different name. Well, no, he didn't. Not this Peter Parker.
So this Peter Parker was.
I know. Yeah, he has a kid. Yeah, I remember. But straight up B tier.
B tier.
Yeah, B tier. Okay, so the folks who don't know, the reason why I'm giving him B tier is me personally. He kind of messed over Miles in one of the. Well, once he got to the oh my god, the Spider-Man, like I guess place where all the other Spider-Mans are at. He pretty much did not tell him like, "Hey, we're tracking you with the little tracker on your wrist." And then on top of that, it's like
no one told him. No one.
Yeah,
told him. So everybody's gonna be beat because of that.
But the problem is though, everyone knew. That's the problem.
So are you telling me that you're gonna rate everybody? You're gonna take points away because everybody knew? Like, come on.
No, I'm gonna take points from him. Especially because he was really the OG person that helped him. Okay, he was that Peter Parker for Miles. I remember now his Peter Parker died. Then I'm talking about the first one here. First movie, his Peter Parker died.
Right.
Peter Parker came in and not only did not teach him, okay, but he then did. Also knew. No, he didn't. No, he did. Barely did. Okay, wait, maybe like once. Okay, and then on top of that. Not only did he not tell him, hey, like they're tracking us, even though he did not know, he still disincluded him from a lot of stuff just because Miles wasn't even supposed to be that person. He wasn't supposed to be him. So like at the end of the day, he got to hit B tier. Okay.
You know what? I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad at that. I could argue, but at the end of the day, I think we have a whole array of characters. I don't want to take too long on this Peter Parker. He's not worth it for me to just go to.
Whoa. He is worth it. Whoa. Hold on.
You gave him B tier. What did you talking about? You gave him B tier.
But I gotta also clap back because we're in like 2023, okay, and we gotta like add like the gender stuff to it. He did pretty good as a dad, though. I ain't gonna hold you. He doing pretty good.
Facts.
Okay,
Facts.
he doing an amazing job. Like I see, like
facts.
everyone
Facts.
cares right now about the masculine and feminist thing, whatnot. He doing really good at holding his feminist role right now. Okay, as a dad, 100%. He's being that guy.
He's really supportive of his daughter, so I'm gonna give him points for that. Like I say, it's still not worth it for me to argue for him. Let me just give him B, and let's just go. Like I'm just saying, like I get it, but he's not really. Yeah.
I think you're just being a hater.
I'm not. I'm really not. I just don't care. I really don't. Like he's not. No. Spider bite. Okay. So let me close these out. So Spider Bite is here she goes.
The one that was crushing on Miles?
The one that Miles was actually crushing on before this massive cock block, but that's something else, Wait.
And another thing I don't understand, how in the world, I swear to God, you better not give her no higher than C, because she does not deserve it whatsoever.
She's actually going in A tier. Let me explain why she's going. Wait, stop. Let me explain. So Spider Bite gets A tier. First of all, I'm in love with this aesthetic. I like how they position this character. I like how they transition this Spider Girl from like a computer in her own world, and she like is in another dimension doing the programming computer stuff. AI is really, really insane right now. So that right there, it kind of hit home. I like the design. She did a great job. Now, I'm going to give her A tier. Because do you remember that scene when Miles was up in, he was trying to go back to his dimension, or at least he thought he was going to his dimension, right? And she looked at him. And she could have rebooted. But she didn't. She let him go because she knew had they caught him, they would have waited out the whole thing for his parents to die. So honestly, she could have. I would have gave her C if she would have hit the reboot, but she didn't. She saved him. They just had chemistry from the start. I'm giving her A tier. I really think that she deserved it.
Bruh, you could have put Gwen in that situation.
I'm not picking Gwen. I mean,
they could have. No. I'm saying to push that button for the reboot. Come on now.
She wasn't even there. She wasn't even there,
bro. And second of all, hold on. She doesn't even get Spider-Man passed. Okay, she wasn't even a bit. First of all, she's in a VR world. Okay, playing VR chat. And somehow be able to join up and be in the Spider-Man collage team. But for some odd reason, Miles Morales cannot be that guy. He can't be in there.
Dude,
come on now.
They got Lego Spider-Man. Are you really debating me on this?
No. They got a car Spider-Man and a dinosaur Spider-Man.
They do.
I mean, that's even worse. I can see Lego Peter Parker, but not. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't even deserve the role she got. I don't know how she even get accepted. Oh, really, in what universe?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
No. Yes.
You know what? If I get this person, I'm talking about the real person that I really think that didn't deserve to be there, I'm going in. I don't care. But anyway, she's A tier. If you want to trade me, that's an option on the table.
I'm not trading for it.
Bro. I mean, it'd be one of those scenarios like Peter Parker. Like, let's just say, she's not worth it for you. Because to me, I would have gave her higher, but I say, you know what? I ain't gonna even start off the bat like this because we got a good lineup. So I'm gonna give her A tier. I think she deserves A tier. Like seriously, I ain't gonna do it. I
don't know how. I just don't understand how in the world does she get put in A and she's not even supposed to be a Spider-Man person.
I'm not.
She's really not that person. She's really not.
Okay. So you got her. Oh my God! Don't do
it's like. There you go.
Yeah.
Who is this? Oh, that's the daughter.
That's the daughter. What'd you give May Parker? You better not give her anything lower than B, bro.
She hit her an A. Hit her an A.
Okay. So explain a little bit if you want to talk on.
So pretty much, May Parker is Peter Parker, from the first movie, and also in the second movie with the Peter Parker person that's in B for Mighty right now.
Right.
And she's pretty much the daughter between Gwen Stacy and that Peter Parker. And at first, he was having like a rocky situation with Gwen because at the time they broke up. But then by talking to Miles and having like something to go through with him in the first movie, he was kind of able to reconcile and figure out, what he had to do or whatnot in order to like get back into a relationship and date Gwen, which turned out they had a baby, and then they have May. I don't know, she's just a sweet baby at the end of the day. I think she doesn't really add anything particular other than just a cute baby that's learning how to use Spider-Man powers and stuff like that. So we get to kind of see, like, I guess, a version or a dimension where they get together and they have a kid that's also becoming like a Spider-Man, or a Spider-Woman. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
How did I miss that? Gwen Stacy is the mother?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, wow. I missed that. I really missed that. I was trying to figure out the other stuff, and I completely. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, all right.
Yeah. Because remember in the first movie, they broke up. I mean, that's why he was like, he had a gut belly and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I missed that.
Let's see. Where's my notes? Okay, so this guy.
Who is he? Okay, so right. So this is the friend of Gwen Stacy, right? The Miles counterpart, the Spider-Woman, right? I'm giving him trash tier. Because I just feel as though he went out kind of dumb. I really don't care about his story. If he wasn't even in this thing, I still think it would be fine, because the way that the Spider-Man, I guess the way the tragedy goes is based off the parent instead of the. Yeah, I think. Wait, hold up. Let me cook. I think it is based off the parents because. Oh no, not the parent. It's a. Well, no. Yeah. No. It's a loss, right? It's just like a real emotional loss, right?
Yes, and for her,
but
that person.
No, it wasn't this person. No, it wasn't.
It was.
No. Let me explain.
They already lost. Gwen Stacy.
Listen to me. It wasn't this person. It was her father, who she is going to lose, but she's not going to lose him because he's not captain anymore. That's how it goes. Her father, in the movie, I saw this in the movie. It was like, he was like, okay, so do you remember the part when Miles said, well, what about your dad? Like that. She haven't lost her father yet. That's what I'm saying. That was the tragedy. This was not. If you don't believe me, go back to the movies and watch it again. If you don't believe me, if you think I'm making it up, go watch the movie.
First of all, for the people who actually did go watch the movie.
He's getting trashed, man.
Okay.
He
was the reason why Gwen Stacy got more serious about becoming the Spider.
That has nothing to do with the great loss that I'm talking about. No.
Because remember now,
family.
She went back to her dimension. She went to the dimension, and guess what? She came back. Her father is still alive. Not only that, he quit becoming a policeman because of her, because he was fighting.
So he don't die. That's the thing.
Even,
the great
hold on, wait, no. But even then, quote unquote, he was supposed to die while Stacy's gone. To be honest, if we were really thinking about that, but guess what? Though, it didn't happen.
So that's the only thing. That's the only thing I was saying. He wasn't that. He wasn't what the Prowler was for Miles. Right?
But no, you're saying it wrong. No. He was Stacy's person that died that meant a lot to her at the end of the day, whether we want to change that or not, because guess what? In her dimension, her father does not die. She leaves the dimension. He's supposed to die while she's gone. That's just full point. You can't fight on this part. So because she left, came back, then saw her dad again. Then on top of that, he also then tells her, "Hey, I'm not in police anymore." By that time, we don't know whether he stopped the moment she left. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
okay. So here's the thing. I think
let me cook.
No. I think what I'm saying, and I think what you're saying is, I think we're meaning the same thing, but we're saying it different and we're saying it wrong. What I was trying to say was, this guy, he wasn't the turning point, death point that every Spider-Man has to face and grieve for. That's what I was saying. He wasn't it. No,
I'm saying he is in my book. No, in my point,
he's not. It was her father, and he didn't die. That's what I'm saying. What is your? Hey, hey, he's trash. Like no, definitely not. No way.
Everyone is going to disagree with you.
They might, or they might say he was trash too. I mean, what? He only had 2 seconds or something like that? Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, more than 2 seconds.
Vulture. This is your guy. What are you gonna give him? He was the first bad guy that came on the show.
D.
He gets D.
Yep, he gets D.
You gotta explain this D to me. You gotta explain it to me. What is this D? What is?
I'm not gonna lie. Gwen Stacy has been Spider-Man for how many years? She said 3 or 4 or 5 years. Okay, how are you losing to a sketch artist boss from a artist stowaway thought process that he thought about one day of his life? Like, can we just think about that real quick? Like, an artist drew this character, then he slapped him in here as a boss and called it a day. He wasn't even supposed to be that guy. He was not supposed to be being Gwen Stacy like that. I'm just gonna be real, okay? And then on top of that, like, his character was pretty lame. I mean, he just flies around and then like shoot a giant cannon. Yeah, that's a boss for you.
But don't you like the fact that before he came on the scene, he was right there, like drinking some coffee. The whole open up, he just went through.
He wasn't that guy. He wasn't that guy.
Okay,
he wasn't that guy.
No, I'm not gonna even fight you on that. I give you that detail. Like I slept on that fight scene. I'm gonna be honest with you. I slept.
I need to see my Superwoman like going off. Okay, they need to be a boss queen. Everything. Okay, they should be handling their foes without no man. Okay, 100%. I'm right behind them on that. It's 2023. My girl bosses should be able to handle stuff without no man.
I'm not on that topic. I'm telling you, I'm staying away from that. Oh. Okay. All right. This guy was insane. He was insane. Let me give the tier first.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna give him S tier. I don't think he's God tier. Although he's cool, he looks cool. His design looks great on paper. I didn't really typically like his backstory. I think his backstory was pretty generic. He really didn't. It was like he was basically fighting demons the whole show. Like he was fighting within himself. He had so much baggage with drama with. Having to be the only one to stop this because he shattered a whole verse point dimension because he tried to save. I feel like, gosh, I feel like something was just, he didn't have enough screen time. He was cool.
Know why?
He was super cool, but he just didn't give me that God tier. Like, I'm sorry, he didn't do it for me.
You want to know why you feel like that?
Why?
Because he's basically the generic thing that almost every video game, every movie does with a guy. Yeah. Pretty much, he lost his family, he lost his daughter, he has nothing left to lose. So what is he going to do? He's going to fight. And he doesn't care.
Right.
Okay. But okay, now I'll do a trade. I do a trade.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for a trade.
I'll trade.
Anyways, there's nobody that you have pulled that I even want. So I'm gonna hold on to that S tier. I mean, if you want to talk him up to God, I will hear it out. But
all I'm saying, just let me do a trade. Let me do a trade.
So it could go either up or down. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying let me do a trade. Let me do a trade.
When you get somebody that I really want, if you get the person that I really want, I will trade you, no problem. So I'm gonna slap my boy on in S tier. He's not really God tier. But I did like his design. I think they did that. The Vampire Spider-Man, amazing. That was brilliant. Oh wow. Okay. So you got Spider-Man's mom. What do you giving her?
Oh God, she gotta go on God tier. I don't care what you say to me. Oh God, she's the MVP. Straight up.
Oh my God, I want to trade you so hard.
Oh my God. You want to trade? You want to trade?
The thing is, this is why I don't want to trade right now, because I think you're going to get somebody else that I really want to go in on.
But we always go in. But we always say we got three. We said we got three.
Right, but I feel as though I may not get somebody that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just...
Hey, but look though, once we get through all the characters, it doesn't matter no more. Okay, I think we gotta say this right now. We gotta like take our trades while we go through it. We can't wait to the very end and then like trade. No, we gotta pick. Hey,
all right. So explain her God tier and I trade you. Explain her God tier. You said you want to put her in God tier. Explain it, and if I trade, just talk your shit. I want to hear.
Bro, she has been day one the supporter of Miles. And not just that, the most MVP mom in the series. You can't even, I don't need to say nothing. Her status as a mom, right there, as a Spanish Latino mom, 100%. Lands her.
You're not even Spanish. What is that?
Like, I don't even care. I don't even care. Give me that. Okay? 100% God tier, bro.
All right, I give you the trade. So I'm gonna take her. So what do you want to put him at? Since I'm giving you
D tier. D tier, appreciate it. D tier, appreciate it. That's all I wanted to do. I just want to slap him down there. Oh God, the only reason why he's not trashed here is because literally, he became an antagonist against the good people. That's the only reason why he even made it skirt out of trash tier. Because I kid you not, if he did not do that, if he did not become the antagonist, the movie would have been garbage. Full stamp point. Can't change it. I don't care who says what in the comments. On God, if he wasn't the antagonist against Miles, this movie would have sucked. A full 100%. Full stop. You cannot change that. Anyone, I don't care. Hey, look, comments, I do not care about your feelings. Okay? Do not care. You can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, he's became an antagonist. That's the only reason why the movie game good. So with that being said, okay, and let me just say this too. That slam that he did when he pulled, okay, like that right there, bro, me and my brother watched that movie and we felt that was a little that was a little bit too racist a little bit, okay? He felt like something to that. Look, that grab, that slam, he was serious on that.
Yeah, that kind of had a I mean, that's a kid at the end of it. Okay. I feel you on that. Okay. On Rio Morales, she has to go in C tier, and I'm gonna tell you why. So in the real dimension, she was thotting it up with the Uncle Prowler. She goes in C tier. How you gonna lose your man? And then you want to thot it up with the Uncle. No, C tier.
Whoa, hold on, wait. Hold on. In the other, you don't even know. You don't even know that. Whoa.
Hey, she was thotting it up in the real universe. I'm not doing it. I'm saying she's C tier. I'm not even explaining it. Like, it doesn't even have comment section. Argue me. Seriously,
bro, she wasn't even thotting up with the Uncle, bro.
Bro, listen. Hey, Hey, we talked about this. Like, no,
We never did talk about this.
we just talked about this. No, see. Window liquor, right? So here's the window liquor.
You pulled that.
No, I just had my. Wait, hold on. No, I pulled that. That's right, because you traded me, right? Yeah, I traded you. No,
I pulled them all.
Okay. I pulled them all. So the window liquor, what is it? What right here? So it was a scene when Spider-Man, he was, you know, the usual Manhattan stuff, and this kid was just slobbing down this window. Like, I'm talking about, didn't care about COVID, didn't care about anything. I mean, his only job was to be a kid and lick that window. My man is going in B tier. Like, I felt as though that right there, that set the bar of the movie. I knew the movie was going to be that dangerous when I actually saw him lick that window like that. So I'm giving my man B tier. Like, he deserves it.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean, guys. This man put in a kid that licks a window as a character we choose from.
I thought this separated him from an NPC. I just really did. He was just doing his job. He didn't care about Spider-Man. He was in his own world. Give this man some screen time. Give him some more screen time in the Spider-Man Part 3, you know. So, anything you want to say?
I'm not going to waste my time with this.
My man's did that. Like, I no COVID. He didn't even care. Like, amazing. Ooh.
So wait, then you also put the...
Come on. Man, hey, he was hard. I don't care what nobody say. He was hard. I like him from the jump. What you got for him?
Ooh.
I mean, any tier you pick, it don't matter because he didn't get that much screen time, but I had to put him there because when I saw that, bro, man, I can't wait to see the next one. Like, I can't wait to see Part 3 because I know he hard. I know he goes stupid.
Man, let's put my boy in trash tier 100%, bro. Nah.
Are you serious? Really?
Your face. No, we gotta put him in S. Me personally, I liked the villain. I'm not gonna lie. I am a simp for like antagonists and villains. So there, he got to go in S. Like the fact that what really sold me, okay, for anyone who's wondering why I'm really thinking him the S, is Miles finds out that really deep down he wasn't even supposed to be the Spider-Man. That spider that bit him was from another dimension, and because that spider got into his dimension and bit him, that spider wasn't even supposed to bite him in the first place. So because everyone knew in the spider verse or realm, whatever you want to say, but Miles, and then we go into a new dimension that shows what he could have been if he did not get bit. Like that right there,
that was hard.
Sells it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sold it really, really well because at the end of the day, I just wonder how that dimension is now. Me personally, I do like Miles and Spider-Man, but 100%, I would have kind of liked it just knowing like the villain side of it and everything. Because that played that really sold me.
And the fact that dimension is Spider-Man-less, like, oh my God, I bet the crime is amazing. Oh.
And then what made it what sold his character a lot more, he didn't agree with him, be like, you know what, since you're me from another dimension, I'm gonna let you go. He said, screw that. That's your uncle from your dimension. And when he said that, I was like, yes, sir.
He was like, I gotta come back, I gotta go back and save my dad. He said, that's your dad. Bro, he was hard. He was hard. I ain't gonna even hold you on that. He was so hard. Oh man, I can't wait to see the third one. Like, I'm telling you, like, that's gonna be the character I root for, regardless if he turned out to be the worst. I'm gonna root for him. I like that. I like him. Oh man, the aesthetics is just amazing.
Yep. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Thank the Lord. Oh, whew. Whew.
Oh,
Look, I hope you get all the wacky characters. I don't care what. If I swear to God, if I get one wacky character, they're going straight in trash here. Okay, there's no way you can plead with me on that one.
to all my animal lovers out there, I did this to please you guys, but I'm gonna be real with you.
No, don't me please them. No. Come on, just go ahead and add them, and then let's go.
I want to show love to him though, so I'm gonna slide him in his rightful place. I don't even have to say it, but yeah, he's just he's there, guys. You know.
Then add no substance to the whole movie, but just a cat.
Bro, tell me about the friend. Where did the friend go? This guy.
Oh, he going straight in God tier.
Ooh. Facts. Explain your reasoning. I didn't even talk about this. This is not scripted, guys. I didn't even talk to him about this, but explain your reasoning.
He stole his Jordans. That's the only reason why. He taking a black person's Jordans and then not only put the mugs on.
He did put them on.
No, I'm saying not only did he put them on, he looked at Miles and be like, bruh, and I put the mugs on, they look good. You ain't using them?
Miles Miles came through the window of Spider-Man and told him, say, yeah, call 911 and tell him that such and such. He say, no. See, this is how it starts. I do this and then I gotta do this. We don't have that kind of friendship, that kind of power dynamic. Amazing. I like him. Like, he was real from the start. Like, I could just, you know how people just so fake. My man just feet up in somebody else's Jordan, just real from the start. I like him. Like, God tier all the way. I agree. Remember that face, guys. God tier. Straight up God tier.
I mean, he got to walk away with stealing Spider-Man Jordans. He was really him.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is gonna be this. Yeah.
Okay.
What you getting?
Okay.
His whole character as a whole now.
So let me start off by saying this. The Spot, right? He is the villain of the series, you know. Basically, from the last movie, he got caught into this explosion. He was the reason why the spider came from another dimension and bit Miles. Like, he was the scientist who he didn't find the spider, but some kind of way he did an experiment. The spider came through and it kind of bit Miles, right? So he was the reason why. And then Miles, you know, took down a facility at the end and he ended up being in the explosion and he warped into the Spot. At first glance, when you see him, when it comes on, it's really comedy. It's comical. He's great. The acting is amazing. But it's like his transition sold it for me. His transition he went from curious to mad to final boss mode. Like, he just wanted to control some stuff. It was like the evolution of his character progressed. And it didn't go down. He stayed in character, but still that same scientific dude, but just world domination. Like, it grew. Like, I believe if Miles would have apologized in the beginning, I don't think it would have got out of hand. I think Miles took him as a joke, and you could just see the progression going upward. So that is just one case, but let me say my tier. He got to go in God tier. Because I think the next part, he's going to be really insane. I think he was able, from the first time you saw him, he didn't know how to use his powers. To the ending, when you saw him, he was taking down pretty much Spider-Man. He was taking down pretty much 3 and 4 clones of Spider-Mans at a time. Like, this guy, hats off to this guy. This guy,
me and my little brother, when we went to go see it and everything,
it's a great guy.
And we pretty much said he looked like a Goliath from Borderlands 2. And so pretty much, like, he leveled up in a short amount of time.
He did.
Okay, from transition from being a noob to level 1. This man went from a level 1 to like level 30, and then he turned around and became a level 72. Like that right there was just so funny to me and my brother. Yes. It was so very funny.
Just straight slapping them with spots. Like, come on. Like, the dude was amazing.
My man upgraded off screen and then got on screen and then started beating on them to get more levels. Like, it went cold. I liked it.
And it was a happy accident because when he was in a fight scene, he kicked his own self into his dimension, like, hard. Like, come on. Like, oh my gosh. Just hands down. Like, I wish there was a tier above God tier. I put him in that tier. He really, his character development was flawless. Straight flawless.
I think he should have been serious from the jump, but I see what they did.
Not really, because the reason why I say no, because to me, it made me like him more. I saw range in him. He was kind of goofy, quirky, kind of figuring it out to final boss. Like, man, I don't care. I'm finna ruin your life the way you ruin mine. Like, I like his character progression. Like, it was so good. I guess,
because Miles Listy sat there and joked around with him. He was like, bro, like, this is something serious, and you're answering a phone call right in the middle of a fight.
Right. Right. He did. Oh, you better be lucky you got her, because you better be lucky you got her. Oh, shoot,
I'm about to make people in the mad. I'm about to make people mad in the comments. I'm saying this right now. So look, when this movie, because Uncle Jay, I know you don't know this because I know you don't be on Twitter. Okay, so when this movie got done airing, right, and a lot of people went to Twitter, there was a big thing going on with Gwen Stacy, whether she was trans or not. Yes. And one of the comments that started was, I can pull it up because I had to weigh in this. It was so funny to me. I had to get in this. I had to. Where is it?
What is she trans?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I don't have nothing against trans community. Please don't take that expression like that. But that would be weird. That would be so weird to put that in there.
So right here might trigger a few people. Gwen Stacy is biological female. Let that sit back and simmer. Now, for me personally, I had to weigh my comment in there. I just had to. I couldn't help it. It's just something that we all do. If you own the bird, you're going to do it. So with that being said, I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to have to talk about it just real quick, because people who think that she is trans, I'm going to be real. You living in a fantasy world. I hate to say it, but hey, man, it is what it is. You living in a fantasy world. She's not trans. She's a woman. At the end of the day, the whole movie, the comments, yada, yada, yada. If you really want a trans person in the Spider-Man verse, there is actually a Spider-Man that is trans, but it's just not Gwen Stacy. I hate to break it to you, but so anyway, with my tier, because I had to sit there and do all that, she's having to go in S. She's gonna go in S, not God tier. She did simp for Miles. I did like that, but at the end of the day, she could have just did better as a character. Like, she was the friend to Miles. She was that person. So 100%, like, she should have like told him. Not just that, like, she knew at the jump that he wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't supposed to be a Spider-Man. Like, bro, she could have even told him about Spot, all of that. So with that being said, she's gonna go.
She fumbled the bag in Spot. Spot shouldn't have never got that big had she went straight to him and did her job. Just throw that out there while you put her in this. Like, Spot would have never got that big. Like, she is the reason. Honestly, you want to blame Miles for being a anomaly, but it's actually her. She is the reason. Why we're gonna have a part 3. So the S don't make sense to me. I would have gave her lower, but she better be lucky. She got my nephew because she was going straight in D tier. Like I'm not making a joke with you. She was going straight there. I'm not saying that her abilities weren't amazing. Now, the way her abilities work, she kind of like she's
just a typical Spider-Man.
But what I'm saying is when it first came on and she was fighting the Vulture and she saved all those people, it was like she did this based off rhythm because she played a drum. So when she reacted, it was more along a rhythm base. She got the rhythm of the helicopter blades. And she did this cool move and saved a lot of people. So I'm not saying she isn't amazing. I'm saying what for her, it wouldn't have been this bad. I think she dropped the ball on this and we blaming Miles. It was her fault, to be honest with you, but hey,
another reason why
come for me, but she would have got D if I would have got it. Like seriously.
I think I would have actually been okay with that because again, why are you losing to a bird?
There you go.
You had to get saved. You had to get saved.
You did by our racist. I mean, hey. But Miguel. But
But anyway, so my tribute to this Twitter, because I wanted to add it in there. I said Gwen Stacy's not a trans, but if you want to see her as a trans, be my guest. But you're living in a fantasy world. Gwen Stacy is just a girl that is a Spider-Woman in her universe, okay? Her universe. Anyone in the comments, get mad all you want. This is brain-rotting, trending topic. It's enjoyable to read, though, with some of the brain-rotting comments. So, anyone who wants to leave a comment down below, go ahead. You're still going to be sitting in that fantasy world for me.
Well, I feel like this comment section is going to send so many shots to us. I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
Okay. Just saying.
Hey, man, I want to be the villain today. I ain't gonna hold you.
Listen,
I want to be that guy today.
I'm gonna make sure I put his your username like on
Twitter.
His Twitter username. I'm gonna make sure I blow it up real big so you guys can come for him because I really don't care about that. I'm just saying, but I don't. Amen. But that's interesting though how they slapped that title though.
You want to know why they did it, though?
Why did they do it?
Do you remember in the movie where she had like the different colors and it was quote unquote, a lot of people want to hint at the trans flags. So, there's different flags for different genders and stuff like that. So the color of her hair in one of the graphics or sceneries was the color of a flag. And so because of that, they was all hinting at, oh my God, she's trans. But like, bro, like, that has nothing to do with it because Gwen Stacy is a woman and she's throughout all the Spider-Man verse and comments, it's a woman. Like they even say at the beginning, like, what are we doing? Like, what? I'm so lost. But you know what? Let's keep going.
I slept on that. I'll be honest with you. When you started talking, I really got to sleep.
Thank you. Thank you, because that makes no sense to me. Yeah. So let's go. Yeah.
Cameo, Donald Glover.
Did you seriously put him in there, even though you just put him in there because you liked him?
Let me tell you why I put Childish Gambino in here / Donald Glover. I put him in here because he was representing the Prowler in another dimension. So I like the Prowler, so I had to give my man some recognition. He's going straight trash. Like I'm be honest with you,
what?
Right beside the cat. No. Like they could have saved that cameo, or they could have put my man Leonardo DiCaprio. Like if they would have put him up in there, I would have slapped him up a couple. He just didn't. No. Really? Childish Gambino.
You really gonna put him beside a cat and a kid that turned into a lizard? Really gonna do that?
As a matter of fact, let me put him in the middle. Like, is that worse?
He is better. He is at least D tier. He didn't add any substance other than we know he's funny. We know he's been in a lot of movies, and that's really it. So, at least he deserved D tier. I mean, he was the Prowler. Okay, he did.
Would you like to waste? Would you like to give me a trade?
No, not over Not over putting him over a cat. Not me personally. You're gonna have that one.
Ooh, you threaded the needle. Spider Punk. Oh man. Please, Nolan, do this guy some justice. I trade you right off the bat. Do this guy some justice. That is my guy. That is my guy. That is my guy. I like everything. I like everything they did to this guy. Like everything. It was spot on. I mean, shout out to the country that they gave him the accent from. Like the language was on point. Like, oh my God. Like, I love this guy. I love him. Everything was on point.
I'm gonna go ahead. I was gonna be that guy and try to put him in D, but no. Honestly, I love Spider-Punk. Like he was a really good designed character.
Didn't he stick to his whole design though? Like, didn't he stick to it though? He really stuck to it, even in the end. Because when he came on, it was like he was like, man, rage against the system. Like he stuck to that even to the end. He didn't care. He followed his own code. Like the guy is insane, man.
I think he design how his character was. Man, he just came off as a really cool character. And like so cool. I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter about him as well. And like, bro, I was losing my stuff just as some of the girls in the Twitter. Because on God, like he's just the GOAT, 100%. He got to go on God.
He's the GOAT.
Like,
he's the GOAT.
Like, I can't.
If you watch this movie, just pay attention to him. Even if it doesn't seem like he's doing anything, really pay attention to what he's doing, because honestly, from the jump, to me, it was like he was studying everything about the headquarters. Like, God, just
at first, I think it kind of makes you kind of hate him. Like after he tells Miles, like, "Hey, you should do it with your palms, not your fingers." Whenever you're trying to break a barrier with your thing, he comes off with this person that doesn't really care too much, that steals and like does shady stuff. But then when you start listening to him, and even on top of that, Miles did get jealous because for some odd reason he was hating on the fact that Gwen stayed with him a couple dimensions. So anyway, like he was a really chill dude. Like even at the end, I think his best part was when he was like, "Frick it, I'm out of here, bro." He took the watch out and then immediately swapped back to his universe. I was like, okay. So he ain't gonna go chase after him. That's pretty cool. I think it was kind of weird though how he was able to get around dimensions, even though he took his own watch out. But it probably
but then don't that breeds like a deeper conversation, because why did he tell Miles, "Hey, use your palm"? You see what I'm saying? Like to me, it came off as he had way more potential than you thought he had. Like,
well, you got to remember, because in the comics, I think they kind of talk about this.
I never read. Did you say the comic, like the comic book?
Yeah. So like, even
I didn't read it.
I think even the movies, like it kind of talked about it. So like because he plays guitar and everything, he was able to get most of his power from that. And because you play with your palm instead of your fingers, he was saying how that transfers energy a lot better. And I know they talked about it, whether I forget which, but 100% they did kind of go into why.
Right.
So yeah, like I think his hair, his aesthetic, his demeanor, his personality, I think everything was just phenomenal. Like I can't really hate on his character. I wanted to put him in trash tier just to be funny, but I can't.
But like, you know what? But I can still make the argument that he maybe knows something that we don't, because remind you, at the end, when the girl got, put in her own dimension, he left a box with his wrist decoder. That's why when she opened that wormhole, it looked like his wormhole. Like he left all of that, like he knew it was going to happen, and he did that. That's all I'm saying. Like, man. So
he knew how to jigger rig it. Okay, so he was able to jailbreak it. So we all have played at least 1 to 2 games online. Okay, and you modded out your account. That's pretty much what he did with his watch. He's kind of like modding out like a really old phone. So that's what he did. I think that what we really should be talking about is like the smartness that he had to know how to jailbreak the watch itself. Because when you really think about it, remember now, they the guy made sure that he wasn't able to teleport. Gracie wasn't able to teleport because once they found out that Gwen was trying to help out Miles, they stopped her watch from working. But he knew how to jailbreak his watch and also gave her a jailbroken watch so then they can teleport around.
So again, it goes back to what I'm saying. For him to already have that emotion, I just feel like his character has something else. I'm just saying for the part 3. I just feel like I would be so heartbroken if he turned out to be a villain. Because I don't know his story. I don't know his comic story. I'm just saying, like, he's so cool. I don't know if he have an ulterior motive because I never read the comics. I don't want to read it because I don't want to be spoiled. So I'm just saying, I'm just talking from a point of I don't know his history. I only know what I saw in the movie. And to me, he just has so much mystery around him. I like this character. Such a great character. Man, I can talk about him for hours. His aesthetic, everything they did for him was flawless.
Yeah. It was done really well. It was done really well. Oh, you got that? Yeah, you got that. Another useless character. Yeah, you got that.
He's going in the S tier. Right off the bat, I like this woman. Like, seriously, like she was trying to sell a dream, a story. She had one job, and that was to get Miles into one of the top colleges, and she did that flawless in front of his parents. Like, listen, you are a struggling immigrant child in an immigrant family. You know, even though it didn't make sense, it made sense to her, and I liked it. I felt as though I was with her on that one. She's going in S tier. Yeah, I was with her on that one. It's straight up S tier. Like, anything you want to... are we agreeing with the S tier? Because, I mean, she did that. She did her job. Come on, no.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I give you. I guess it was funny. I give you that because like Miles at the same time did not care.
He did not care. Not 100% did not care. Yeah, and man, that's how those school counselors be. You know, they a real good one. It's like that woman. Like if you watch the movie, you'll see. Like they're like that. That's the truth. Hey, trade me off real. Trade me off real. I will give you any character that you want. Trade me off real. Trade me off real.
I don't care what you say.
Oh, well, I couldn't even need to trade. I was going to put her in trash anyway. So that's what she
okay, good. Okay,
so
we're on the same page. So anyone who has seen this character or watched it, okay, she was the Black Spider-Woman that not only was pregnant, but also knew how to drive a motorcycle and use that as a weapon / way to get around.
What was that? Like, what was that? Like the motorcycle, a pregnant Black woman on a motorcycle. What was that? What person decided that was the aesthetic?
You got to think about it now. They trying to sell a lot of different things. You know, they had to have the Black person, the Asian person, the Mexican person, Latino, the Jamaican.
Why she pregnant though?
Okay, I'm about to get there. Pregnant woman. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Like, hey man, they got to keep adding more and more stereotypes to it. Okay, look, it is what it is.
Well, a stereotype.
Me personally, I think the whole pregnancy was just to show how a woman can still get something done, even though they're having. Yeah. Even though really deep down, like the whole pregnancy could not have been there. Like her character design, her character personality, her demeanor, how she thought, what she did, had literally nothing to do with her being pregnant. I think you could have did this movie completely fine without her even being pregnant, and nothing would have changed. Okay,
you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I think a white person was behind this one. I'm be honest with you. I hate to throw them out there, but I'm be honest with you. It's just I
won't go that far. Hey man, I don't go that far, bro.
Let me say this. Can I cook? I don't think if it was a Black person in that room that was writing this, right? I don't think that Black person would have been. I really don't think that. I really don't. I think somebody had to be in that room. Okay, it probably wasn't a white person. But I don't think an African American was like, yeah.
So Uncle Jay,
pregnant too. Like I don't see that. I don't see that.
Uncle Jay, I know I'm going to fight with the comment people, with some trans people. Okay, in the comments, but bro, you took the cake on that one. Okay,
I just
look, I don't know if the comments are gonna fight me or you on that one.
Hey, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to because I think that was so dumb. It didn't, like you said, the pregnancy at the end of the day, it didn't have nothing to do.
So
it
on
didn't
Twitter,
have anything to do.
On Twitter again. A lot of people was talking about that, and they wasn't really like having a good discussion. I'm gonna say this now, okay? On Twitter,
screw it. Let's go with the discussion. What happened? What happened with the discussion? What did they say?
The discussion was more about that she's still a girl boss. She able to get stuff done. That was one of the conversation, and the other conversation was like, why did Miles and them like hurt her? She has a baby. And like. Again, the whole premise was, hey, a woman is able to still get stuff done even though she's pregnant. That was the whole thing. But really deep down, that was not for discussion. She shouldn't have been there. But like, we're so lost in that conversation that we not really talking about her personality or her demeanor in the whole story. Her whole personality was just garbage.
It really was. It really was.
Like she was a person. She quote unquote was a good person to a certain degree, but for some odd reason, the moment she had to go against what's the guy? I always forget his name. How you say it? Yeah, Miguel's go against Miguel's thought process or his ideal way of thinking. She's like freezing up. Like she kind of wanted to do right, but then kind of wanted to not do right. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, like. You had one job. And then not just that, like she quote unquote taught Gwen to a certain degree, but even then she didn't really do much. She was just Gwen's quote unquote mommy because she came off as a girl boss that's able to take care of stuff while being pregnant. And while we're at it, okay, how in the world did they go through so many dimensions and all this stuff and she's still pregnant? Like, I still don't understand. Like, I know that's kind of weird how I jump back to all of that, guys, but I just really want to hone in. The whole pregnancy of her character was god awful, bad design in her kit because that pregnancy had literally nothing to do. We didn't get to see the husband. We didn't get to see, her dimension. I mean, she just rode around on a motorcycle while pregnant. I mean, it was cool on the first section of the movie when it was helping Gwen fighting the crane. You gotta get the fight. You gotta get the fighting a little bit of like praise because at the end of the day, three Spider-Mans fighting one person. I mean, that was kind of cool. And then we also got to see. Hold on. Then we also got to see her go after Miles, even though she got stomped on by him. Okay, at least he got thrown to a bus. But that was about it. I mean, like her character was garbage.
Her motorcycle was driving. She drove her motorcycle at the same speed as Spider-Man was flying with the web. Like, I just know. Honestly, the physics was off. The motorcycle landed. It was so wonky and blocky. I just know. It sucked. It really did. I feel like, and here's the thing. If we comparing her to Spider-Bite, and this is just my opinion, they did her so great. This was such a good aesthetic. It was done so well that even if she would have had a fight scene, I can kind of see how it would go with, just the computer aesthetic. But they had one job. And when they decided to put her in, let me start from the jump. Let me start from the beginning. Being pregnant. That does not represent no type of strength to me. It's literally a black woman pregnant on a motorcycle, which that's just dumb. That makes no sense to me. It would make more sense if she wasn't pregnant on a motorcycle, but still, I guess it's fantasy. I give you that argument. Then they even got it down to the afro. Like, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that, but I really think they stereotype I don't want to say this, but I just think they just stereotype something ghetto.
Now, me personally, me personally, I don't agree with that standpoint. I would just, I just believe that.
No. Straight garbage.
I just believe it 100%. Like the pregnancy should not have been there. I think her character design, like how she looks in the motorcycle, looked really cool. But other than that, like again, she could have been in the story and could not. I think I wouldn't have cared any difference. In my honest,
I'm not saying I have a issue with her afro. What I'm saying is, I think no.
You don't have to explain it for me.
I'm just saying, I think they stereotype just one thing about Black women. They stereotyped it super duper hard, and they fit everything on a motorcycle. That was just garbage. I just know. She didn't have to be pregnant. What was that? All that stuff that she was doing with the motorcycle, even when she got hit to the bus. Man, you still got your baby. I guess you Spider-Woman, so you still... I guess your baby is safe because some kind of way the spider stuff is wrapped around. It's just dumb. I'm sorry. Even me explaining it is dumb. I don't like it. I mean, hate to feel this way. I really do.
I don't think she would. I don't think she was just stereotyped. I just think her character design was just really poorly. Really poorly.
I do.
I just wish she could have did better. Because even in this movie, when like Gwen was kind of like arguing against her and everything, like she should have been on her side. Technically, she's like, I don't know why Jessica was trying to be on the side of Miguel, but also tried to be good at the same time. And then she finally realized that she was in the wrong by agreeing with Miguel just because he thinks that everything has to play out in a way where they lose somebody in order to like keep the same algorithm going.
Well, to kind of take take up for that, I do believe she did warn that girl and told her, that this is how it is. So I really can't say that because she didn't take up for the girl, I can't say that because she did warn that girl. She told that girl, the rules. So I'm not going to give her points off that. I'm just saying, I just feel as though they would have took more time on making a good design for Jessica Drew. I haven't read the comments. I don't know if this is following the comics, but I'm just saying, as me just looking at it off the top, I did not like it. I think they just did a little bit too much with that. The pregnancy thing, she didn't have to be pregnant. The motorcycle, that's fine. The afro, that's fine. The look, that's fine. I just didn't like it all in one. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't like them putting all of that into one.
Okay, then I got a question.
That's my problem. I didn't like that. I thought that was garbage.
I got a question then. Was your whole stance changed if she just wasn't pregnant? Like she still was the same character? They didn't really change anything. They just take away the pregnancy.
It'd be more bearable. I wouldn't have this much to say about her if she wasn't pregnant. I think if she wasn't pregnant, the conversation would be different because I actually like her design. I just didn't like all of it lumped together into one. I think they just, guys, we need to put this in here. We need to some kind of way put a Black woman pregnant and give her some strength so maybe she's riding a motorcycle, and that's how I think the conversation went.
I don't know. I just feel as though they wanted to put like a girl boss or like someone that can get stuff done, even though
could have gave it a Spider Bite. Could have gave it a Spider Bite. Spider Bite was a girl boss. She literally was the brains in that. No, she wasn't. Yes, she was. She was smart as hell.
Anyway, she's in a VR. She's in a VR in there. So anyway,
how smart she is. That's how smart she is.
Come on, I can go buy a $300 or $400 VR chat or headset and then like play VR chat. Like that's pretty much what she became. Like that's really it. So me personally, like I don't know, man. I think 100% her character would have just been better if she just wasn't pregnant. Like I just didn't understand that concept. I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah, they put too much. They put too much into one thing.
I think I kind of agree with that too. They
put too much. They put too much
into one. Yeah, but would have been better if she just wasn't pregnant. Go on.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Where you putting them at? Where you putting them? I'm gonna trade you. By the way, I'm gonna trade you.
I'm gonna put him in S. I don't think he's better than Spot. That's just my opinion. I do not think he's better than Spot.
Trade me.
I don't think he's better than Spot. I don't think that you have anybody. Okay. I really don't. You know what? I trade you. Give me Gwen Stacy. Give me Gwen. Give me her, and I give you Spider-Man.
Where you putting Gwen? That's
she's not going to be an S. She don't deserve to be an S. This is her whole fault. She's a hot mess. She's not getting an S. No way. So if you want him so bad and you think he is better than her, if you think that, give me Gwen Stacy because she got to get out of that S.
On God, my homie was. On God, give me that. On God. God.
Okay.
On God. Right. Well, I like my girl bosses, but 100% Miles.
Listen. So let me go ahead and put her what she deserves, and then I'll let you, you say your piece. She has to go. She has to go in D. Like I think. Well, yeah, I'm gonna give her D. I'm gonna give her C. I ain't gonna rate it that low. I just feel like this whole thing was her fault. Yeah, she's amazing. I'm not taking that away from her. The aesthetic is pretty cool, but still.
Let me counter that.
Hold on. Let me finish though.
Okay.
I still feel like she deserves to be in C tier because at the end of the day, a lot of her mistakes that she made really caused this movie to play out the way that it did. I really don't care about what she went through with losing Peter. I mean, every Spider-Man had problems and drama and loss. It's just the way that she went about it. I just feel as though that was garbage. No, C tier all the way.
So I'm gonna counter that. I'm gonna add this. I think not only because of that kind of turned or deleted a lot of like the sadness about like losing someone that's special. And then on top of that, again, they really harped on like the algorithm. We must follow the algorithm because if we don't follow the algorithm, then the world itself, the dimension itself gets shut down. I mean, we literally got to see it happen in the movie. So because of that, I think she really just accepted everything what Jessica was telling her and also what Miguel was telling her. I think what she should have did was fought against it. In my opinion, I think what she did was when she went to go see Miles and all that stuff. I think that was fine.
No,
I know. No, I think
she should have did that. She was on a mission. She was on a mission.
Even still, she was Spider Woman, and Miles was Spider Man. And at the end of the day, they got
with her on a mission. She was on a mission.
They got to see each other.
That's not what the movie
is. Hold on. You're gonna let me finish? Okay, so they got to see each other from the first movie. They really wanted to see each other from, let's be real. And in two, since they're both superheroes, wouldn't it be better if you had another superhero to help you instead of trying to challenge everything by yourself? I mean, that's just common sense. Like 2 against 1 is a lot better than 1 versus 1.
So you're trying to make an argument that don't exist because when she went there and she was on a mission, she didn't say, Miles, I need your help with this. She did not. She just wanted to see him, and she even admitted it. She wanted to see how he was doing. That's basically what it was. So that argument is kind of false. I'm saying she was no. Listen to what you said.
It's not false.
Said that. Like, listen, I heard.
How can it be false?
Listen to what I'm telling you, because you just said that 2 Spider-Mans is better than 1. She didn't go there to enlist his help. She told Jessica, she said, I want this mission. I got it. That's what she said. She went on the mission, and what she did was when she met up with Miles that she wasn't supposed to in the beginning, they ended up flying by the apartment. Miles didn't know nothing about it. She put a tracker on the location. Listen. Okay, so she did that. Then she went back with Miles to the party. Had she been there from the beginning and did her job first, she could have connected with Miles after, but she didn't do that. She went to Miles and that whole opportunity got out of hand. So when she got to that apartment and Miles followed her, she did whatever little thing on her device and it scanned it and showed her what happened. And then she started freaking out. So again, I would have gave you that. And she would have went to Miles and said, hey, listen, I'm on a mission. I need your help.
She did not do that.
Well,
She did not do that. So that two Spider-Mans better than one argument does not exist.
No, you're really leaving out the part that Jessica and Miguel told her off rip, do not get Miles involved. And that doesn't make sense. No. That whole point does not make sense there.
We're arguing on the same thing. I'm telling you, that's why she's in C, because it was her fault. That's the initial argument. I'm saying this was her fault. It was her fault.
The reason why it really comes into her fault is she believed so much into everything what they were saying. And I think she should have been the person trying to understand the situation better. Because if she hung around Spider-Punk a whole lot, okay, we all know how he is. I think she should have had a better grasp of the situation, not only just handling the boss or the enemies itself, but also trying to understand, okay, is there a better way to go at this? Because obviously just following this is not working. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, for me personally, that's what I think. I think she should have been an A if I did move her down an S.
Okay, so
she still was a great person.
Okay, so you traded me, and I'm telling you guys that is watching this. Once you watch it and you see that it is her fault, how could you give her a high rating when in this movie it wasn't she's just showing off these amazing abilities. This was more of a story progression. And I'm telling you, it was her fault. This was her fault. She don't get a high tier when it is her fault.
But hold on now. But hold on. We ain't going to talk about the whole conversation that she had with her dad, though. Like, come on, that was pretty good bonding. That was a really good bonding moment.
And that's enough to put her in A tier?
No, that just adds on to it. Like, I know you forgot because we've been through so many characters by now.
I just didn't care. I didn't forget. I just didn't care. But hey, talk Miles, because we're not going anywhere. She's D, like, all day. She's D. Talk your character. Give him your 2. Like, I want to hear this. Where Miles going?
Mm-hmm. He's going in S the same way that I was gonna have Gwen, 100%. I think the best moment is when he was talking to his dad, and his dad did not know that it was him.
Right.
He's like,
maybe get off his ass.
He's like, what?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Not just that. Like,
I'm not mad at this.
As a kid who wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man, 2 was he was in New York. He's from that type of side of New York and everything. And he's just trying to not only be a kid, but also become a hero and also trying to juggle so many things at once.
Right.
It really showed his character. I don't want to say progression because the progression wasn't really that big, but it really showed that at the end of the day, he just wants to be him. He's not the type of person that was going to just fit in the grain, that was just going to follow the algorithm that what they told him. Instead, he wanted to look at it to where he wanted a way to save everyone. And that's the whole point. And then what really sold it to him was when he lost his uncle, because of his uncle, he always thought, okay, I must protect this. I must care for this, Even though he is a kid, he makes mistakes like with Spy. I think really we should give kids a little bit more leeway with Gwen. But anyway, I think his character progression and overallness really just shines as a character and as a protagonist. Yeah,
I definitely agree. I can't even dispute that. I think you said everything. I agree with that. Yeah.
And then too, if he wasn't a protagonist, then again, this movie would have been ass, like 100%. Because without Miguel becoming an antagonist, then like again, we're back to square one. I mean, everyone would have assembled like the end game, and then they would have fought Spot.
Yeah, now that you explained it that way, I agree.
Yeah. And then because he was a kid, he didn't really take his villain seriously. He doesn't really understand, I should take him serious. Yeah.
I agree with that. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so you got the DJ. What do you give this guy? Like, be honest. He had a pivotal role. What do you give the DJ?
See?
No. I explain it. You remember when the dad and Miles and the mom was arguing loud in front of that party, and my man cut the music up. Like, he was like, listen, I ain't even finna let y'all put y'all business out like that. Like I had to put him in for that. Like I think that was pretty good. Like I think he deserves a C.
I need you to turn.
C or D.
I need you to turn down that DJ music that you liked it so much from the show, and like I still need you to put him down and see my guy. My vote, my opinion does not change, my guy. It does not change.
So where he's going? Where he going?
See,
he's going to see.
He's going to see. He didn't add anything else. Like the fact that
I said that. He's I like him. Okay. I like what he did. Like
what was more funny was like even though he did turn it up, they still was louder than him than the music. No,
but it got the people. It got the people to kind of like quit looking. I guess it kind of like broke it up. You know, like it did.
Once it got louder, everyone like. That's what happened after that. Like,
okay. All right. I'm gonna give him. God, I want to give him. I want to give him S with the counselor. I think I like the father. I do. I do. Okay. I liked him. I liked him a lot. Like
I thought you were gonna put him low.
No. He was really good. Like even the way he was chasing the bad guys, how he accepted Spider-Man. He was trying to work with him. They even got to the point where he was bonding with him, but he didn't know that was his son. But I like him. I think his character design was really cool from the beginning. You know. He was a typical father, you know. He really cared, you know, for his family. He was a hard worker, just your normal dad. Like I kind of saw my dad in him. So you know, I'm gonna give him an S. I think he did it.
Yeah, he tried in his own way. He tried to just be like a hard father figure.
He did.
So, but then he's also battling inside. You know, how should I treat him? You know, how should I teach him? Like, then it was kind of funny how Miles was like, you gotta let him spread his wings.
Wings, man. Yeah.
And then he talked to the mother. He's like,
you gotta let him spread his wings. Yeah. Now, like when was there at the end, and he was like, oh, what did your father do? He's a drug dealer? And she was like, no, he's a cop. He was like, I take that back. I like him. He was cool.
Yeah, a typical dad.
He was. He really was. They nailed that design on him. Bruh, listen, I'm letting you know right off rip. Don't do my mans like that. My mans, he had a role. Don't do my mans like that.
Bruh. The fact that a Lego Spider comments. The fact that a Lego Spider-Man got a watch before Miles did, he got to go in D.
What?
He got to go in D. He got to go in D. He got to go in D. Ain't no way this man get a watch before Miles. Let him be him. All right? Stop holding back my guy, okay? 100%, bro. 100%. Put him in D, bro. Do not care. Trade me.
Listen.
Trade me.
I'm not going to waste the trade. I'm not going to waste the trade on Lego Spider-Man, but I will say he was at least C. He did it for me. You know, the fact that he was Legos. Like, enough said. You ain't even got to explain Legos, bro. Enough. He was C. Right. I don't know what this guy got going on.
The only reason I am putting him in D and not trash is he brought me back to my childhood watching Ninjago. That's it, bro.
Okay. Well, hey, you know, as long as he's not beside Jessica Drew, like I take that. That's a win. I'm getting all the fathers lately. Okay. All right. Now I know y'all gonna be mad at me for this.
Well, you put his daughter at D, and I'm pretty sure
he's going God tier, and I'm gonna explain why he's going God tier. My man's had one job when he found out that his daughter was Spider-Man. He did not let his badge down. The dude stuck to the story. He didn't care. Right there, solidified his spot in God tier. He loved his daughter. He did. My man's even quit because he was missing his daughter. But in the moment, hey, you got to write them rain silence. Put your hands up. Anything you got to say, no?
Nah, this is the first time I actually agree. I thought you was gonna talk out of your butt on this one, but nah,
I never do. I never do. I never do. Calm that down. No. Respectfully, God tier.
Respectfully, God tier. Yeah. What?
Listen, let me go ahead and go first because I actually put this in here because I thought I was going to pull it. I did not like when he was with Gwen and they caught a bad guy and he hung this man upside down and just gave him triple web like that. I thought that was abuse of power. I did not like that. I feel
bro,
as though...
Please give me another character, bro. Rerun that, bro. Rerun that. I don't care what he has to say, chat. I do not care. Hey, comments, whatever, bro. Hey, man, he got to give me another one, bro. That he literally, not only did he put something in there that I did not even understand.
Listen. When y'all watch this movie and y'all see that spot, that part when he hangs this guy upside down, webbing him up just lightly is fine. But triple web, though, like, why when we get power, we got to abuse our power? Like, that was abuse of power. He should not triple web. By
the way, viewers, I hope you know he did not put the Chinese girl. He did not put the girl that had the fighting mech. But for some odd reason, he thought in his head to put abuse of power down as something that we had to rate. Make me understand that. I'm with you guys 100%.
Okay. So check this out. With great power comes great responsibility, right? So you cannot abuse your power if you trying to protect and serve, right? Okay. So my thing is, what gives you the right to triple web people? What? The guy is upside down, Nolan. Triple web? Come on, Nolan. That's abuse. That's abuse. No. Are we going to hold him accountable? We're not going to hold him accountable.
Nah, bro. You know what? Since you said something, put him in God tier so I can just put him up there.
I appreciate that because guess what? I'm going to trade you off rip. If I get somebody that you want, I'm trading. And he has to be held accountable for that. Like, I'm just saying. So he's not going to stay up there for long. I don't think he is.
Guys, please blow him up in the comments. I don't know why we didn't get the Chinese girl with mech, but for some odd reason we got that. Please blow him up.
This guy. I want to be an a-hole and give him trash just so that you can trade me. But I'm gonna do him right. Straight God tier. I like this Spider-Man.
I
put him. Say what? You gonna put him in what? You gonna put him in what?
See, you heard me. You thought I was gonna like hype him up? No, he was gonna go straight in C.
This guy is probably him and Spider-Punk to me are neck and neck. I kind of like him because my man, India Spider-Man, he is way better than Miles. Like, he did that. Like, when you see it and you see his style and how he fly and the things that he do, I'm telling you, straight up.
The only reason why he look cool to you is because he has hair on his head.
No. What was that thing that he had on his spider web? What is that? Can you look that up real quick? No, that was not a yo-yo. That was not a yo-yo, my guy. That was something else. It was like a string in a cradle. Listen, he made it work. I feel as though he was got you. You want to trade me? I would take a trade for abuse of power. I'm willing to give you that trade.
What's the last one, bro? Just tell me.
T-Rex.
What's the last?
T-Rex.
Because since I have to pull that, bro, give me my trade, bro. Give me my trade, bro. Because on God, I swear to God, if you trade me for this, we're gonna have problems. Like, I'm just go ahead and give it to me, bro.
I wanted the abuse of power, so let me go ahead and speak my piece on this. Guys, listen. At the end of the day, if you see this in the movie, do you agree that this common criminal deserved this much web? Like, please explain this to me. Make it make sense in the comment section. He's upside down. He can't move. And you triple web him? Do you know how much taxpayer dollars it's going to take to even get him down? Like, come on, no.
Come on. You can just take out your handy dandy like 50-cent box tool and like cut him down, bro.
You really can't. You really can't. That web is strong. Are we watching the same movie when these webs is holding up helicopters and buildings? Are you kidding me?
After they wrap it about 5 or 6 or 8 times afterwards, yeah. If I wrap duct tape enough, yeah, it's gonna be strong enough where it doesn't get chopped up. Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
He didn't deserve that much web. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to put that abuse of power. I'm just gonna have to put that down there. You know, I disagree with that. I just feel as though this guy was a common criminal. He just wanted to steal something. Don't give him triple web. Like that's dumb. Like D tier. Like that sucks. But hey, what about this guy?
Bruh, to be honest, I want you to retrade me Gwen instead of him.
No,
yes.
No, we done burnt 3 trades. It's over with. No.
About? We still in the process of trading. You wanted to be power.
No,
I didn't.
You said yes. You told me yes, and I gave you this guy. So you cannot do that. So, come on now. So where are you putting this guy at?
Trash tier, bro. Since you're talking about him, trash tier, bro.
You're trying to be an asshole. I think this is what this is screaming.
I mean, if you really want my take on him, like he'll be at least D or C tier. To be honest.
So put him there. Don't put him trash because you can't get Gwen. Like that defeats the purpose of this. Like I'm just saying, like be honest. If you really feel like he was C, put him in C.
Put him in C.
Jesus Christ, man, he's supposed to be a God tier. But hey, I take that.
No.
He was cool. He was cool.
No, he wasn't.
He was so cool. Even his morning workout routine is something like what you do. I don't see how you rated him so low.
He literally said, "Oh, I work out." But I don't really have to work out because I'm already somewhat fit. And I'm like, and you just compare me and him to the same? No, not even close.
Straight bombs. Okay. All right.
No,
all right,
bro. And then he drinks tea in the morning. Anyway, garbage. Like 100%. Like, go ahead and run me my T-Rex. Go ahead and run him in.
What are we putting T-Rex at? Like,
do you have anything to say before I do?
Yes, I do. Guys, he does this move called T-Whip, and I just thought that was pretty cool. So
I knew you were going to bring it up.
Please do this guy justice. T-Whip, T-Rex, like, it's mathing over here. Like, it makes sense. But go ahead. What do you got for me? Like, what are you putting him at?
D tier, bro.
What?
D tier, you heard me. He's better than the cat. I can give you that much.
Okay, all right. Well, if he's better than the cat, all right.
But what makes me not want to put him above the cat wasn't he one of the ones that ran across on the Spider-Man that was holding the 2 platforms together? And his dumb put him in trash. No, rewind that. Nope, put him in trash, bro. Nope, stupid. Nope, trash.
Who was on that board and said, "Man, let's put a T-Rex Spider-Man"? This had to be for jokes.
No. Who was on the board who put a car Spider-Man? That's what it really didn't make sense to me.
Man, the Spider-Verse is amazing. Like it's the range is there. Like they got range. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the creator of Spider-Man did say that they did this thing unintentionally because at the end of the day, they made it to where anybody can be Spider-Man. Because since it's a mask and you don't get to see the skin color, then it didn't really matter. He could be white, he could be black. That's why they made this. And that's why they made Cat Spider-Man, T-Rex, and all that stuff. So, I mean, hey, man, they got that done up. Even
a pregnant baby mama, like, what is that? Like, I'm still on that. That is, oh, man, so garbage. So. Dude, what is you giving this? Like, I really don't care. What is you giving this? Like, with your rating on this movie, like, what are you giving this?
Okay, so this is a hot take. Okay, this is a hot take. Hear me out. A lot of people are gonna say this movie was the greatest thing in the world, but I'm gonna actually disagree and say that if by the way, we go by what 0 to 10, right? That's our rating, 0 to 10. I'm actually giving this movie like a 5.8.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God,
I can't
you
hold
gotta
on. I can
explain
bump.
that.
Hold on. I
You
can
gotta
bump it
fucking
to
explain that.
I can bump it to a 6.2, but that's really it.
You got to even explain the 6.2. What are we getting
Okay.
this from? Like, what's the
Okay.
math behind this?
So the only reason why this movie really sold like it did was one, they made it so flashy and so colorful. The
Definitely
animations
not. Definitely
designed, like no. I'm gonna walk you through the whole process of my
not.
thinking.
Okay, go ahead.
So like that point alone is what pulled in a lot of people. Whether or not you liked it, Spider-Man, whether or not you liked it, action movies, whether or not you liked it, superhero movies, that alone is so different from what we had as superhero movies. Because let's be real, almost all the other superhero movies was garbage except Endgame. Can we both agree? Any other superhero movie was garbage at this point. Am I right about that? Okay, then you tripping. So anyway, I guess I'm talking to the comments on this point. Okay, other than this movie,
Obviously,
okay,
6.2.
okay. So let me make sure I look at me. Okay, so comments. This movie was only good because the graphics design and the animations. That alone is what sold it to get a lot of people to watch it. Hands down. That's why me and my brother went to go see it. The flashy colors, the hair change color that Gwen had, the fighting, that was phenomenal. Cool. I'm gonna give it that.
Yeah,
But the whole story, I just love to make Twitter mad. I like to do that. So anyway, the whole reason why it really did its thing afterward, besides that, was one, Miles being a person that wanted to be his own person, that wanted to fit in like he wanted to fit in and be himself. And two, making Melgro the antagonist. Again, if he wasn't the antagonist, this movie would have flopped. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care how much you love this movie. I don't care how much you want to glaze this movie to be so good against the first one. I give you this. The movie was better paced, which made it to a 6.2, 100%, because the first movie for me was a 5.5. So with that being said, because the pacing was done really well, and they made a character from a protagonist to antagonist, all because he was butthurt about him losing his family, still butthurt, and wanted everyone to follow the same algorithm that he found out and stuff like that. Then, that's the reason why I'm gonna like fight against you. And two, since Miles was not even supposed to be Spider-Man, I think technically his world should not have even existed to even happen in the algorithm. So that means that really deep down, I think that doesn't apply to
effect,
him.
Nolan. Cause and effect. What is he talking about? Cause and effect.
No,
he wasn't supposed to be bitten. Somebody else was, and then an effect happened. So cause and effect, that rules that argument out. But go ahead.
No, it doesn't. That means that the whole algorithm thing where, well, if you lose someone special, then your world does not get destroyed. I think I disagree with that. And I'm pretty sure it
was a multiple of things. It's not just one. It's not just one. It's a multiple of things, and they explain that. But go ahead.
No, they said that if you because this is a good example. The Indian guy, because he saved the father, of that girl, then AKA that world got destroyed. Now we move it over to Miles. If he saves his father, I don't think that his world is going to get destroyed. Because again, he shouldn't have been bit in the first place. He should have been the Prowler. That's what really should have happened. That spider was a wrench in the cog that messed up the whole algorithm in the first place for his own timeline. Because again, he's supposed to be Prowler, not his uncle. So anyway, I don't think that he was going to even be put in that same algorithm as every other Spider-Man. Like, it's not going to happen for him.
I think I need to really just. I think I need to go back on that because I get what you're saying. Yeah, and I'm not going to discount that. It do make sense, but I still feel like there were so many things that could have been involved that would have not made him be the Prowler because there was already a Prowler, his uncle. Unless the uncle was passing it down to him regardless of what dimension he was from. Is that what you're saying? Remember his uncle died. When he became Spider-Man, he found out his uncle was the Prowler and his uncle died, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is in the Spider-Man-less dimension, the uncle was still alive. Because I guess there was no Spider-Man. The uncle was still alive. And the uncle said, I'm not the Prowler. He is. But my thing was the uncle was using the Prowler gear, so it made me think that he passed that down to him. So are you telling me it was going to be passed down regardless?
It was going to be passed down because even when you look at his uncle's aesthetic and how he moves, they're kind of moving around like, hey, we're going to jump over things. We're going to get away from things. Like they're going around vandalizing places. So like you got to already think, okay, he knows this already. He know how to get around. He know how to run, how to get away from people. So, he was going to get passed down that same thing. It's just that his uncle would have never died in Miles' universe. His dad would have died, but not his uncle.
Let me get my rate.
Because, oh God, that was not cooking.
Okay, so let me get my rate. I think, and this is just me, I feel like this movie had to be, it's an 8.8 for me. I think it checked all the right boxes. It gave me a lot of feel-good moments. I don't want to say the design because you already said, oh, it wasn't for the design, it wouldn't be it. So the design was there from both of us. We both agreed that the design was there. But I do like the fact that they nailed so much of the character development. They really did. And even the pacing, you can agree, the pacing was well done. It is different from the first one because it was like basically Miles getting his wings. That was the first one. But the second one was more along the line of the story and, how he is working out as Spider-Man and stuff. And the growth was there. I don't think this movie had any kind of like horrible moment other than Jessica Drew. Other than that, like I still think that this movie really, really did a great job just even playing out all the way to the end. And then let's talk about the soundtrack. The visuals in the soundtrack was on point. And I think the hardest one to me was at the end when they played, what is that song? Oh, man, I have to put it up on the screen. But anyways, like to me, I just felt as though it wasn't as generic as it could have been. I've actually seen Spider-Man movies that you just, once you get the first beginning of it, you know how the ending is going to be. This played out with so many different open-ended elements. Like, come on. Like, I love movies that makes you think at the end. And this had it in spades. Never mind the fact that it was an animated film. So again, I can't give it a 6.2 because I know what a 6.2 in my mind is. That's basically, what did we rate the platform? Was that a 3 point something? Anyways, 6.2 was probably No Escape, right? The movie No Escape that we rated, this was better than No Escape, in my opinion, or The Exit. What was that movie where and you had Lars, and you had they was trying to kidnap that little girl that we hate so much.
Okay, and then I don't want to say if I'm looking back and thinking about
like that's a 6 to me. Like I just think this was way better.
Then I'll say a 7.4.
All right, bet. I give you that. I give you that. This wasn't a bad movie by any means.
I'm gonna try to remember to make sure if we do any other movie, I try to remember this tier.
Right. Because this is season 2, so.
But I got a question. Yeah. Well, I got something to say on this probably.
Okay.
After you get done.
No, I'll let you go. What's up?
I think another reason why this movie did really, really well is because they gave a black person a shine as well. Even though I don't want to say that. I didn't want to say that either. But this is really just a conversation that we're having at the end of the day, guys. So if you don't really care about this, then you can head out.
Right.
But the reason why I'm saying this is because again, they said that Spider-Man can be anybody, which is awesome. I think that's really, really good.
Correct.
But I think what also sold this is again like any kid or anybody can be Spider-Man. Whether you are trans, whether you are lesbian, it could be anybody. That's why they had the cat.
Right. The
But
possibility is endless.
it's endless. But I think what really sold is, again, like in movies, we didn't have a whole lot of black actors. We didn't have like a whole lot of black characters.
Agreed.
And let's be honest, like if you're gonna have like a movie that is colorful and designed really well and have graphics really well and has a black main character as the protagonist in it, it's gonna resonate with a lot of black people. Is because at the end of the day, they feel as though we're finally getting to shine in a movie. We're finally getting to like be a hero of something. And it kind of also let little kids know, they can be it, or like little black kids, hey, we can be the heroes and da 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 da. I mean, that's what the first movie did anyway. Like he was literally saying, oh, I'm going to be it. I got to save the city. And then like a guy went over to him and was like, dude, that's just a figure of speech. Okay. And that kind of, you know what I mean? But I don't think it's the typical thing. I don't think this is the full reason why, but I just think that the movie itself did really well because of also this, because they had a black protagonist. They could have made it, they would have made a trans or LGBTQ person. I don't think like the show would have still been good. Don't get me wrong, but I think it didn't really, it wouldn't have hit as hard as it did if they didn't do it.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying, and I will give some of what you say. I give you that. And let me just finish it off by saying this. I think them putting the black character in and putting the hip hop culture behind it, that was well done. They didn't run out with it. It wasn't on no rap. It was just smooth. It hit. It had beat. It had rhythm.
Well,
but I'm just saying, I'm just adding that. Because I don't want to say it's because it was a black character, but I will say it was different.
Yeah, he was a black,
and it was a good take. It wasn't bad at all. It was a good take. Even like I even said about Prowler, like I love Prowler. I like that design, that aesthetic. So at the end of the day, I don't know if they had this type of agenda behind this movie. And I hate to even talk on stuff like that, but I will say they did a really good job with this. They could have missed the mark, but they didn't on this. They didn't miss
I think, and then too, what really sells is whether or not this is true. What I'm saying, you can easily argue that it's not just a black character. They put in Indian, they put in Asian,
right,
they put in Mexican, they put in Latino.
He was mixed with half Latino, so yeah.
Exactly. So my argument kind of falls apart, but like,
well, not really, because you got that one drop rule. If you got one drop of black in you black. That's just what it is. And
so like as long as you're not white, then yeah. But I don't want to say
he's not saying that. Oh guys, he's not saying that like. He's not saying it the way it just sounded. But what he's saying,
I don't have to explain myself.
But he's not saying it like that. Okay.
If y'all comments can't figure out what I'm saying, then too bad. Okay.
Yeah. But
I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it.
But I don't want to use the fact that it was a black character, but I just think because they did that and they did it well, and they made the panel so diverse, I think that it really hit home. It did.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was going to try to get.
I know what you're trying to say.
And then they added like not just like that. We didn't even get to talk about the old Spider-Man. Like the very first one. We didn't get to talk about that. The second one, the third movie, like all of those, they added that in that showed like different things. They was even able to animate some of that section into it, which was so well done. And so at the end of the day, they was able to pull a lot of demographics from a lot of different things. I think they just didn't add LGBT and trans people. But at the end of the day, I think even that could be open-ended for interpretation because they could have put it and we missed it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I slept on a lot of stuff that I didn't care about. But again, I still say they really did this good with mixing all the cultures. Because I'm not gonna lie, when they went to the India culture, I lost it. That was so cool. Especially since when I started out watching foreign film and stuff, I watched Bollywood. So a lot of that was really cool to me to see. It was just so well done. Like
they could have missed the mark, but they didn't on this. I don't think it was a 6. I think it shouldn't go no lower than a 7. And my thing is too, it might be mixed with people might like the first one better than the second one, and people might like the second one better than the first one. I think it all goes down to story at the end of the day and how you like the aesthetic, because the first one was good, but honestly, I enjoyed the second one more. But I know other people probably enjoyed the first one more. So I'm just saying, I think it was really good.
I agree with that. I liked the second one a lot more than the first one, I would say. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think this movie will be remembered? And
I do. 100. Honestly, I can say this. If you ask me tomorrow which Spider-Man movie I enjoyed, and there's so many Spider-Man movies, I'm going to pick this one 100%. And so I'm old school. So you can imagine, I like old films. Look, I like Shawshank Redemption. I still think that's one of the best movies, in my opinion, of all time. But still, if you ask me what Spider-Man movie I like, this I'll rip 100%. Like, come on, like this is it. Like, I don't think they're gonna get any better than this. Honestly, let me say one more thing. If you make another Spider-Man movie, it has to be animated. I don't think it should be live action anymore. I think this is it. This is the bar.
That's a hot take.
No, this is just me.
Real big hot take.
This is just me. I just don't think Spider-Man need to be real anymore. I cut out the real characters. Stop that. I don't think it's going to hit this bar because you can do so much with animation. You can put so much new stuff in it that you really can't with just live action film. I'm sorry. I just don't think Spider-Man need to go back. I think this is a step forward, and I just think it need to keep going forward. I think it need to keep going forward. I don't want to see it go back. I don't. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. No.
Me personally, the reason why I'm harping on like, oh, well, the graphics and the animation what sold this movie is because, again, let's be honest. That's the truth. If anything looks super flashy to you or looks really, really animated or really, really well done, people are going to like click on it, watch it, or like enjoy it just alone with that.
Guys, I apologize. Technical difficulties, I think I know where he was going. But anyways, the 8.8 and the 7.4, I think is really accurate. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than him. At the end of the day, this movie did such a great job with blending all cultures in. Only thing that I was saying was I can't see a Spider-Man movie going back to live action film. I think this is the bar. I don't think any other Spider-Man live action movie would climb higher than this. And maybe because I enjoy animation, but I still feel like at the end of the day, what they was able to accomplish in these two movies, this part 1 and part 2, I don't think they was anywhere close to accomplishing that with any Spider-Man movie in the past. So at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like, comment, subscribe.